From Levi Roots singing songs in a very successful pitch to Peter Mole becoming a millionaire as soon as the show aired, these are the biggest success stories from Dragon's Den. Levi Roots, the guy with those awesome hot barbecue sauces, and his success story are one for the books. He became a household name after appearing on The Den, and his catchy slogan, "Put some music in your food," stuck with everyone. During his pitch, Levi actually sang a song that later made him super famous. And guess what? Peter Jones and Richard Farley took a chance on him. Even though Duncan Bannatyne said his business had no future. Talk about proving someone wrong. He managed to snag a sweet deal, scoring £50,000 in funding from Peter and Richard. In return, they nabbed a hefty 40% stake in his saucy business. Fast forward 8 years, and Levi Roots has shown everyone what he's made of. His reggae sauces, inspired by his grandma's secret recipe, became a sensation and are now sold in all major UK supermarkets. He's expanded his range to include chilled ready meals, pasties, and even Caribbean-flavored soft drinks, making his worth a whopping £30 million, according to the Sunday Times Rich List. Can you believe it? But Levi's not just about food. This British-Jamaican entrepreneur has done it all. He's written cookbooks, released music albums, hosted his own Caribbean-inspired food festival, and even had his own cooking show on the BBC. He's even planning to open a chain of restaurants worldwide. Now that's what you call ambition. Although Richard Farley isn't part of the business anymore because Jones bought him out for a pretty penny, Jones is still a shareholder and a big supporter of the brand, and even calls it one of his most successful investments from the show. You can't blame him for being proud. From sauces to cookbooks and restaurants, Levi's shown that dreams can come true. And this next one will also capture you with its many surprises. In 2011, Rob Tomini and Aidan Levin founded Mainstage Festivals, a company that provided affordable clubbing holidays for young adults aged 18 to 24. When they appeared on Dragon's Den, the business had already generated £1.6 million in revenue. During their pitch, Tomini and Levin received several offers from the Dragons, but they ultimately accepted Piers Linney's proposal, who invested £100,000 in exchange for a 15% stake in their company. This doesn't happen often. Since then, Mainstage Travel has been on fire, expanding their offerings to include exciting youth packages like Croatia Rocks, Outlook Festival, and Magaluf. Their revenue has skyrocketed, surpassing their initial projections, and their impressive success didn't go unnoticed. In 2014, Tomini and Levin were recognized in the esteemed Young Guns Awards by Growing Business, and Mainstage Travel's living up to its name, taking the main stage in the world of youth travel and leaving a trail of unforgettable experiences in its wake. Mainstage Travel is unforgettable, but this next one is the most magical, and it's called the Magic Whiteboard. Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but Neil and Laura Westwood, a husband and wife team, pitched this wonderful idea that brought about a lot of benefits for the investors. They were looking for £100,000 and were willing to give up 15% of their company. Peter Jones thought their idea was ridiculous, but luckily, Theo Paphitis and Deborah Meaden saw the potential and offered them £50,000 each. The Magic Whiteboard is basically a roll of A1 whiteboard sheets that stick to anything thanks to the cool static stuff. And let me tell you, it's become a must-have for offices and classrooms everywhere, especially now when so many people are working from home. It's the perfect tool. Originally, they wanted to give away just 15% of their business. But in the end, they ended up handing over a whopping 40%, and it paid off. Theo Paphitis put their product in 237 of his Ryman office stores, and from there, it took off. By 2014, Neil and Laura had regained full ownership of their Magic Whiteboard company and had sold over 1 million copies of their product. Talk about success! But they didn't stop there and started venturing into other innovative office supplies like children's tabletop whiteboards, reusable sticky notes, and even tree-free notebooks. They're on a roll. The Westwoods saw such incredible growth, going from £45,000 to £1.2 million in sales, that they bought back their shares from Meaden and Paphitis, the Dragons who invested in their product. That's how confident they were in their product. The investors made a massive return on their £100,000 investment, around £800,000 to be exact. And you know what the Westwoods did? They gave some of the shares to their children to secure their future. It only goes to show how you never know what's going to happen on the Dragon's Den. From hot barbecue sauces to magical whiteboards, anything is possible. And this next one is going to blow your mind, because it's the most out-of-the-box idea. Wonderbly totally shook up the publishing game with their super cool technology, using complex algorithms to make personalized children's books that put the little readers right into the story. Back in 2014, Wonderbly went on Dragon's Den to score a sweet £100,000 investment, and the Dragons were blown away by how crazy fast the business was growing. They'd scaled a mind-blowing 2,000% between October and November 2013, but it was Piers Linney, the tech-loving dad, who was completely sold on Wonderbly. He broke all the records by coughing up the full £100,000 for just 4% of the company. That's the best deal ever made on Dragon's Den. And Piers made a smart move, because Wonderbly's books, with their awesome pictures and personalized touch, have now sold over 2 million copies all around the world. The success kept on rolling for Wonderbly, as in 2015, they snagged a massive $9 million investment led by Google Ventures. Then, in 2016, they added another €4 million to their pocket, and to top it off, they scored an extra $8.5 million in 2017 with a Series B funding round led by Ravenberger. They've also racked up a bunch of awards and even got nominated for a fancy BAFTA in 2016. Impressive, right? But the real game changer was when Wonderbly dropped the bomb that they were teaming up with the Roald Dahl estate. They're cooking up some personalized books that'll take readers on a wild ride through Willy Wonka's chocolate factory. How cool is that? Wonderbly isn't the only company that worked for kids' entertainment. Razzmatazz, a children's theater and dance company, also hit the jackpot on Dragon's Den when they impressed Duncan Bannatyne. He decided to invest £50,000 for a 25% stake in the business, since the founder, Denise Hutton, had big dreams of launching Razzmatazz theater schools all across the country, offering fun and funky classes for kids aged 2 to 18. And she made it happen. Thanks to Bannatyne's investment, by August 2010, Razzmatazz had opened 40 new schools and even landed contracts with big names like Thomson and First Choice, expanding into a whopping 14 different countries. The success of Razzmatazz didn't stop there, though. They became a certified member of the British Franchise Association, and in 2013, their revenues soared past £318,000. Then in 2014, Hutton Gosney made a bold move, buying back Bannatyne's stake in the company for £70,000. That gave him a tidy £20,000 return on his investment. So it was a smart business move. Razzmatazz is still going strong under Hutton Gosney's ownership, who now holds 90% stake in the company. With their fun-filled classes and international franchise brand, Razzmatazz is a true Dragon's Den success story. And this next one is no less. Peter Mole appeared on the show with his invention called Chalkbox, but it's not some tasty treat. It's actually a clever plastic box he made to keep electrical wires safe, and the Dragons loved it. Duncan Bannatyne and James Caan jumped on board and offered Peter £150,000 for a 36% share of the business. That's a pretty sweet deal. Peter took it, and a little while after the show aired, Chalkbox scored a massive sales deal worth a whopping £25 million. Chalkbox became one of the best inventions to come out of Dragon's Den. Since it's a simple gadget that removes those messy electrical tapes, they expected to sell 5 million of these things every year in 152 different countries. And the success of Chalkbox made Peter a millionaire in just 3 months. After the show, Peter went on to sign more awesome deals for other inventors' products, all thanks to Dragon's Den, and the series totally changed his life, opening doors to new partnerships and even life-saving inventions. Chalkbox helped Peter break into markets around the world, scoring a mega deal with GET plc, a big-time company that imports and distributes electrical stuff. They even had exclusive rights to sell Chalkbox in 152 countries, and after 3 years, Caan sold his share and made a fantastic profit. Chalkbox's success story is an amazing one, and it teaches us that a simple, smart idea, with some help from investors, can lead to some massive wins. So, there you have it. From Peter Mole becoming a millionaire as soon as the show aired, to Levi Roots singing songs in a very successful pitch, these were the biggest success stories from Dragon's Den.